So here we're going to be looking at what deck I use to climb from Stone to Masters in about 3 days. And that's 3 days of not a lot of grinding. I did a few hours each day, I think maybe upwards of 5 at one point. We got to Master 5 with this deck. It's King Puff, it's this deck here. I'm going to go over the cards that are in the deck. I'm going to play one game so you can kind of see how they're used. And this is really going to set people up with the next season right around the corner, or maybe if you're making a final push here at the end of this season, it should be able to get you from really any rank you're able to attain based on your skill. As well, this deck, very easy to craft, isn't going to cost a lot of resources, and lots of old cards. I came back from having not played for a very long time, so coming back to take a look at these cards, all pretty standard things that people should have already. So here, the general idea of this deck, with King Puff, he's going to want 4 and 5 mana cards. The reason for that, he's going to be able to give them Rage or Shield. It's just a random chance, and this is after he's got his Tier 2 ability. So once you get your Tier 2 ability, that's kind of when you want to capitalize on your wins. So you want to get there as early as possible, and that means early experience gain. So Bridge Buddies is going to be the best card to do that right off the bat. If you get this in your opening hand, it's great. Just play it right away. You're going to grab both bridges. If you don't have control of bridges at any time, you're going to want to be dropping that anytime you can. Lone Scout was the latest addition. This is probably the most flexible spot of the deck. If you do want to change any cards up, this is what I would drop, but still for something very low mana. The idea here being it's an anti-air card. It's able to grab a bridge for 2 mana and potentially even give you 1 mana if you've got nothing else. Really helps you cycle through all the other cards. Like I said, it's not my favorite card in the deck, so it's really about just getting through to the better cards. Propeller Scratch, great. It's anti-air, and it's really good against things that can't hit air. These are going to be used mostly defensively, but every now and then you're going to be using these to take bridges as well for early experience. Resonating Blast Crystal, lots of people playing this. This is a fairly new card. I hadn't played with it before, but I grabbed it. Just really, really good AoE damage. You can use it defensively, you can use it on bridges, you can use it at their base. Just a super solid card, low mana cost, highly recommend it. Assassin here, very, very good card, has won me many games. The stealth, you're going to want to use a lot of times to actually be dealing damage to the hero. Drop it on bridges when they're not expecting it. For sure, you're going to want to be taking out anything that you think it could kill in one shot. So it can deal 210 damage while stealth. Drop it right on a bridge, grab control of it, kill something that's kind of mid-range or weak. Super solid card. This as well, going to get the buff, right? The Rage, the Shield, good anti-air, just kind of a middle of the road, can deal with lots of different things. It's had some versatility to your deck, but not one of the strongest cards. This is great for the same purpose as the Propeller Scratch. It's just a little bit more mana. You're going to be dealing more damage. If you end up getting 7 of these, it's a lot. These will also get Rage or Shield. In either case, it's going to really help you deal a lot of damage. Shield will let you get to their hero easier. Rage is really good if they drop any kind of big minions. Stun Lancers, just very solid, mostly for big minion defense. You're going to want to hold on to these anytime that they're dropping something big. Play it defensively, but sometimes you're going to send them to escort your other minions ahead. And these are the 2 MVPs of the deck. Whirly Scrat, super solid, just high health, high damage, does AoE. He's going to make his way to the hero a lot of times because you're going to be putting a lot of pressure on them. When they get Rage, they're dealing really good damage. Shield is less preferable, but you're still going to block a hit, so okay, it's not too bad. Having 2 of them in the deck, you can use them defensively, offensively, just whatever. You're going to have them fairly often, so whenever they suit your needs. And Sniper Squad. So you're hoping that your sniper squad gets shields when you're going to get either shields or rage from your tier 2. Shields is always better because it's going to block against fireballs and lightnings, any kinds of spells that they're going to be launching your way. But sometimes with rage, it ends up being more preferable just because they're going to make their way to the enemy hero anyway. I mean, they're going to be shooting right on the edge of the bridge on kind of the enemy side at that point. They'll be dealing 150 damage with each shot to the hero, so very, very powerful. You use it defensively, offensively, to push with it, take bridges, really, really good. So I want to show this deck in action one time. Now this will be unedited, right? We're just running into a game. See what we end up getting, but hopefully it's enough to kind of show off all the different things that we can do with the deck. So again, in general, going to be going for XP really early, try to get bridge control, and then make our way to tier 2. It's okay if we're giving up health in the early game, but by the time we get to tier 2, we should be kind of coming back, trying to win it. So here, open with bridge buddies, really easy. You could drop the lone scout if you want to get the extra mana, but I am just okay with that. Gonna save the mana here, use these somewhat defensively. Now normally you want to split these if at all possible. You'll see we're taking the bridge, just low XP, and now just sit. We're not pushing for damage, we're not pushing for anything but experience at this point. It's fine if he comes and kills us. We'll use stun lancers mostly defensively here. Drone buzzers, like I said, right? Good for versatility. So here we happen to want them for anti-air. Other times we're not going to want that. Whirly Scrat, again, just always a good card. We'll make our way here. We'll probably get a little bit of damage with it, but because we're not pushing super heavy for damage, it's fine if we don't. And here we go, right? See, we're just getting a little bit. And we want to split our snipers if possible, so they're harder to target with spells. And they're just going to help kind of move everything along. And this is fine, right? We could get a little bit riskier here. I want to drop the propeller scrats because when this dies, it's going to turn something to a mana puff. I'd rather it be one of those. Now we can use our assassin here defensively if we want. I think I'm just going to match it with a whirly scrat. Not really sure the best thing to do there. Again, grabbing a bridge. And here's a little bit of a sticky situation, but I think we're just going to drop the assassin back here. Hope for the big damage and see what that gets us. I don't know if it'll be a one-shot kill. Looks like no. Now these launch fireball. I'm much more comfortable dropping these snipers. We want this for experience. I know I'm not getting the 1 mana back. That's okay. We just want it for experience. And here we are at tier 2. This is exactly where we want to be. Below in health, slightly ahead in XP, but just the way our deck is built, we're really going to expect that that is going to help us win here. So we're lucky. We got shields on the sniper squad. Exactly what we want. Shields on these propeller scrats also quite good. It's just very difficult to be dealt with, right? They've got to deal damage to all these things first. And at this point, we can pretty much ignore any kind of potential XP gain. Sure, it's great to re-grab both bridges here. It's not like our tier 3 ability is bad by any means. I mean, we still do like to have it, but that's not really our win condition. So it's absolutely fine to just kind of let it go every now and then. Don't prioritize bridge buddies, things like that. This is going to be a little bit of a problem here, but our snipers should be able to help quite a bit. Ooh, we might just end up dying here. It kind of looks like it. Let's see. Few health left. Should have actually taken that out. Again, just really great AoE dealing with it. Now we're probably going to die to the next fireball, but let's do our best to survive past that. just kind of versatility here. We need some anti-air. We need something to tank damage for a hero at this point. Here we're going to be splitting again so that we're not hit by spells, but if you're smart, you're just going to throw the fireball right at their face, as I said. And there we go, line up the resonating crystal. But that's kind of the general idea. Like I said, unedited, that's just one game that you get. Hopefully that's a decent idea of kind of how to push the deck, how to take it from low ranks to high ranks. Like I said, I played it pretty much all the way from Stone to Masters. So hopefully this helps you get there.